Welcome, people of YouTube. Change the situation by your reaction. Look, sometimes in life we make a mountain out of a molehill. We make things so difficult for ourselves by torturing our own thoughts and feelings and emotions and proper contaminating our own energy by constantly feeding ourselves on reoccurring patterns, reoccurring stress, reoccurring emotions. Now, if we look at our reaction to our situations, the situation changes because it no longer has that grip on you. You no longer have that attachment to it because your engagement has changed. You see, anything can be stressful, anything can be hard work, anything can make you frustrated, anything can be the most difficult thing going. If you choose to react that way, if you choose to react differently, then the situation unfolds differently. You're more calculated, you're more structured. You see, everybody is always going through shit. Life is suffering. That is the cycle of life. We wouldn't know what happiness is without a little bit of suffering. And sometimes suffering is heavy, and sometimes it takes time, and sometimes there's a process to it. But the reason for your suffering is to gain you more humility, is to make you more humble. Because without suffering, you wouldn't have your caring nature. Because everything around us, every person around us, is going through some form of suffering. That is life. Life is about that. There's a harmonious balance between suffering, happiness, positivity, negativity, you know? So situations in life are just situations, circumstances, you know, predicaments you're in. They're all just action. They're all just ongoing things. But what determines the viewpoint, what determines the opinion, what determines the attitude is your reaction to these things. So to truly change your life in an effective way, it's how you introduce yourself to the situations you're in. It's how you engage with life. It's how you engage with everyday life that determines the life that you live. You see, a lot of people put the outside circumstances as the answer, but really the internal space, the internal world is where the answers lie. And you can truly change anything from what seems like a negative to a positive in a matter of days, in a matter of minutes. You know, there's a lot more people going through a lot more shit than what we are. You know, there's always somebody in a worse case. There's always somebody who's dreaming of the position that you're in. And what happens is we get to the point of where our problems, our things that we're going through are the worst things in the world possible. Like nobody can be going through anything more worse than this. And some people are going through a lot more shit than we are, you know. But we make ourselves the most important thing in the universe by contaminating our heads with this self-importance and this self, you know, sabotage in a way, because of just constantly reactions. Change your reaction. And how the hell do we go about changing our reaction to our daily life? It's all to do with observation. That's the human dilemma that we're always in, is that we forget to observe. We forget to observe ourselves, we forget to observe the world that we're in, the situation we're in, our environment. We forget to observe it. If human beings observed the world with more awareness and proper observation, would we be destroying the planet? Would we be polluting everywhere? No, because what's happened is with pollution, what's happened is with destroying the planet and being very out of balance with the ecological system, is we've just put ourselves as self-importance. We've put our needs, money, whatever, society, governments, everything is more important than the awareness and the observation. Because when we bring a sense of awareness, when we bring the sense of observation to our lives, there becomes a level of control. And if you haven't got any kind of control, that's how things get out of hand. So, how to organise yourself in such a way, how to change the situations in your life by your reaction through observation. But also, what I'd like to add to this video is organising yourself alone. So, earning money alone, living in, being in a relationship, keep it private, money private, keep everything in private. Not that we shouldn't share our experiences, but if you learn to build yourself alone, if you learn to build yourself in private, then you're not dependent on anything around you. You're not dependent on everyone around you. You are self-sufficient, and that's the most important lesson in life that I've learned, is that when I became self-sufficient and self-dependent, everything became so organised, because everything was down to me now. It wasn't down to everyone else. It wasn't dependent on everyone else. It was all my choices and my decisions, my thoughts. If I'm having a bad day, it's not anybody else's fault. It's fucking mine. And that's the problem. Everybody has a bad day, a rough time. But it's always somebody else's fault. It's always something else's fault, or it's some past experience's fault, or it's some future worries' fault, or it's some idea of not knowing or confusion. Observation. How are you reacting to the things in your life? How are you reacting to the problems that you have in your life? Do you react accordingly? Do you react with control? Do you react with balance? Or do you react spontaneously on compulsions or the first thing that pops into your mind? These are things that you should be asking yourselves if you want to gain a sense of clarity in your life and gain a sense of control and direction. You see, you're not going to have clarity, you're not going to have direction with constantly reacting to compulsions and just going off on one. I just wanted to make a bit of a video about this because I've discovered this. Let me tell you, and this is how I come to these discoveries. So, quite recently, work-wise, I've been getting stressed about finances in my work. I'm working differently now. I'm on price work. I'm not on day work, so I get paid for what I do. I get paid for what I lay, and stresses can come with that. I'm having to organise and price stuff properly in a sense of booking in, and there's a lot more to it. And yeah, I'd got in my own little head, I'd got in my own little negative mind state, thinking, am I achieving properly? Am I doing this properly? Am I right? Am I wrong? When really, when it all boiled down, I'd done everything right. I'd done it all right, and all the finances added up right, and all the days added up right, and all the work added up right. But all I'd done is not paid attention. I'd not observed properly. I'd taken my eye off the ball, and I'd allowed myself to chew my own head out. And this is what happens, and this is how you come to these discoveries. It's about staying balanced and staying observed. Sometimes we slip into habits in life and we become somebody we don't want to be. And that's not a situation you want to be in. Or when you do realise you're not being the person you want to be, you need to hold your hands up and admit to it. Like, this isn't me, this isn't how I operate, this isn't how I want to live, this isn't how I want to proceed. And then you change. So, as I always say on this channel, peace and love to anybody watching this. Make sure you're taking it easy. If you are watching this video and you have enjoyed what you've seen, I'm going to start asking you of this. And if you've participated in watching this video, just to drop a bit of a like or a thumbs up to let me know you're here. And also, it helps other people see these kind of videos. I've never really asked of it before because I've never been one to follow likes or do this or do that or like and subscribe or please share and all this lot. But, it would be nice to get more reach and more people out there. So if you have enjoyed it, drop us a thumbs up. If you think I'm talking loads of shit and you don't like it, drop us a thumbs down and do your bit as well. Too right, man. We're all about balanced. Can't have negative without positive. Yeah, man.